Julia is not no victim.
Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25
What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. Y'all, we are here today to talk about Real Housewives of Miami, Season 7, Episode 8. And the name of the episode is called Dueling, Yachts. So the episode started out with Julia. Julia is still upset about what happened at Guerdy party. And Martina is saying that she's glad that she didn't go. Martina, what was you going to do? What was you going to do? Assault her like your wife did? Girl, anyway, we found out that Julia actually took Adriana's advice and went back inside to speak to Guerdy. When she went inside, she asked Guerdy what was the point of exposing those text messages. And as Guerdy was explaining herself, Guerdy had her finger in Julia's face. She asked Guerdy not to put her finger in her face, and Guerdy went off and said that she wasn't listening and walked away. Now, Guerdy, baby, the woman was trying to talk to you and hash things out with you. All she asked you to do was not put your finger in her face. Guerdy, now this is your party and you can do what you want to, but you don't get to disrespect people now. I guess you could post a text on the wall, but I don't think that you don't get to disrespect people in the process. So Guerdy walked off. Guerdy was talking. Guerdy was talking shit. Guerdy was saying that she had on sneakers, that she didn't have any class. And I have to say, that is one of the trends that started that I hate and I've never participated in. I think it's low class.
Low class, lowest class, no class.
I don't think that it's low class. I'm just not into it. I think it's tacky. I don't like to wear or see people in like slacks or dressed up with sneakers on, or how you see the kids. Did they start doing that? I think they did that a little bit right after I graduated high school. You would see kids dressed up for prom and stuff like that, and they would have on tennis shoes or Jordans and stuff like that. Martina was saying that this was a plan that Guerdy did. It was supposed to be celebrating her being cancer-free because 20 years ago, she probably wouldn't have beat cancer, and yet she chose this night to expose these text messages. No. Within a year of me being cancer-free, I was also assaulted by your wife. Next, we got Stephanie. We are learning a little bit more about Stephanie. So her and Masood are actually renovating their house. She invited Larsa over to see it. She said that this house was initially built with Masood and his ex-wife, and after the divorce, Masood and Stephanie moved into a condo. Now, I got questions. It sounds to me like there was some overlap because she said that he and her moved into a condo, not Masood moved into a condo, and then Stephanie ended up moving in after. So I'm trying to understand if there was some overlap. When did Stephanie meet Masood? That's what I want to know. And I want to know, did Masood have any kids by his first wife? She said that Masood wanted to move back into the house. She said that she didn't want it to seem like he was taking one wife out and put one wife in. She said that she only agreed to move into the house if she was able to completely gut the house. And he told her that he could. The foundation of the house looked really, really nice. Her closet is going to be a little bit over 1,000 square feet. She said that she wants a wine cellar in there. She wants a gym. She wants a spa. She wants a makeup room. I'm really interested in seeing how the house is going to look when it's done because from what I've seen of Stephanie on the show so far, she seems to have great taste. Just looking at the house and what she plans on doing to it, I think it's going to look really, really nice. I'm also wondering how long it would take for them to finish this house because this does look like a huge project, right?
It takes a long time. It's a huge house.
You know, the thing with Stephanie, I don't know how to really feel about her. I like her, but I see her. Yeah, I don't dislike her. I like Stephanie, but I see her. I think that when you have a new housewife joining a show, it's kind of hard because you don't want them to come in too hard, but you don't want them to come in too soft either. So it's like they can't win for losing. The audience is never really satisfied. You can feel like they're doing too much. You can feel like they ain't doing enough, or they didn't really make their mark. But you got to watch people like Stephanie because she's sneaky. So her and Larsa was talking, and she said that she only had nice things to say about Alexia in regards to her and Todd.
Girl.
That's not true, baby. The first time you did, but the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, you was taking little digs and jabs and throwing shade at Alexia and Todd. You were. And Alexia is picking up on it. And the thing for me is you brought it up in the argument. So even if you were saying that you was joking and stuff before, once we actually got into an argument and you told me how you really felt and you brought that shit up, told me that maybe this is normal for me to be with this crazy man. To me, you meant that shit, and you trying to write it off as a joke. Listen, there is truth behind. There is a little truth behind every joke that people say, and you got to watch how people play with you. You got to watch how people play with you. Stephanie meant that. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. Stephanie meant that shit. Larsa is planning an overnight yacht excursion. Her and Kiki had initially planned it with one yacht, but now they're gonna need two because Guerdy and Julia ended up getting into it. I don't think they need to. I don't think they need to. Either they gonna come on my boat and behave, or they don't have to come. Okay, so they ended up splitting the teams, splitting the girls up. On Kiki's boat, it's gonna be her, Guerdy, Lisa, and Adriana. And then on Larsa's boat, it's gonna be Larsa, Stephanie, Alexia, Julia, and Marysol. Next, we have a scene from Alexia. Life can be so unfair sometimes. I was FaceTiming my brother the other day, and I ended up talking to his girlfriend, and she shared with me that she got into a car accident a couple of years ago, and she had to have surgery, and it was a couple of years ago, and until this day, she said that she still have pain in her back. And I just felt so bad for her because she's such a sweet girl, such a smart girl, and she wouldn't harm a fly. And to think that you can get into your car and leave, just go to the grocery store. She didn't tell me what she was doing in the moment, but just think that you could just get into your car and just go run an errand, whatever she was doing, that you can just get into a car and your whole life can change. It's just so frightening. I've actually met her before. You can't tell by looking at her and seeing her that anything is wrong with her. And it's just a reminder that you don't really know what people are going through. And sometimes we take, and I'm guilty of it too, sometimes we take things for granted just by leaving the house and coming back home in one piece. But that's what I think of when I think of Frankie. That's what I think of when I think of Frankie. Alexia shares, Peter was there as well. And she said that Frankie got sick and he was diagnosed with diverticulitis. Alexia said in her confessional that she's getting older and one day Frankie will be Peter's responsibility. I think that is a lot of responsibility to put on somebody. Right? I think that is a lot of responsibility to put on somebody. But he said that he was ready for it. Yeah, I think that's a lot of responsibility to put on somebody. That is a lot to deal with because if he's gonna be responsible for Frankie, where is his life? How is he gonna meet a wife or have children or just do whatever he wanna do, follow his dreams and his passion? But Cheryl Underwood takes care of her sister. Cheryl Underwood said that she knew when she was younger that her mother wanted her to take care of her sister. And I used to go to the gym with a guy. He had a brother that was special needs. They would come into the gym every day. But if I'm being honest, I'm not saying this is everybody's story. The guy didn't look happy. But he was at the gym every day with his brother, but he just didn't seem happy. Next, we got Guerdy. Guerdy is actually filming with Nicole. We learned that Stephanie ended up dating Anthony before. Stephanie and Anthony actually dated before. For those of y'all that don't know, Anthony is actually Nicole's husband. Stephanie said that it was always apparent that Anthony was going to do well in life. And she said, but nobody's comparing private jets, but mine is bigger. You know, you got to watch Stephanie. Now that was right there was cute, fun shade because at the end of the day, they both got jets. Nobody is really comparing private jets, right? The stuff that she doing to Alexia, that ain't no light shade. Nicole said that in this group, there are blind alliances and you should be able to tell your friend when they are wrong. She said that when Guerdy told her about the facelift comment, she told her that was a bit much and she don't know if she would have went there. The thing is, Nicole, you don't know what you would have did if you was assaulted. To me, when you are assaulted, all bets are off. But everybody got different rules in fight. If Julia would have threw some water on me, what Karen say? Let her go, Gabor, let her go. But I wouldn't have said nothing. Guerdy said that she's not proud of how she behaved at the party, that she tried to get everyone to listen. They pretended to listen, but it was already predetermined who was right and who was wrong. And I do believe that. And that's what I see on this show. That's what we saw. I don't think that Guerdy did wrong at the event, except for when Julia was trying to talk to her and ask her, why did she do that? How did we get back here? And she put her hand in her face. And I say that because Guerdy has to know that Julia was embarrassed and she's trying to ask you what happened and you got your hand and stuff in her face and it could have went left. So that's the only thing that I think that you didn't have to talk to her if you didn't want to, because she did assault you. And if you don't want to talk to her ever again in life, I get it. But you don't get to put your hand in my face. And again, it just could have went left, being that emotions was already high. Gertie asked Nicole, what will it take for her to come back to the group? And Nicole made a face like, bitch, I ain't coming back to this group. Look, I love reality TV, but I think that the biggest flex amongst the reality TV girls is when these girls choose to walk away from the show. So like Nicole walked away from the show, like Candace walked away from the show. I love that they can flex like that. I don't need this money that Bravo is giving us. I'm going to be good regardless. And good luck with that. I'm good over here. I love that. I love that. A lot of these girls can't do that. A lot of these girls, and Sheree too. Sheree has never, from what we've seen, Sheree has never begged for a peach. If Bravo has came to her with a contract that she felt was too low, she'll say, I'm good. And I think that's a flex too. Y'all not just going to give me what y'all want to give me, because my life is being exposed. My children's life are being exposed. I can't really date. Ain't nobody going to want to date me because I'm associated with this show. Everything is being brought up for discussion for me, right? Anything that I do on this show, my children on the show, what I got on, what my mama got on, everybody is being talked about. And y'all are going to pay me correctly. Y'all are going to pay me right. I think it's embarrassing for the Nenes of the world to be begging for the peach bag. To me, that is embarrassing. Next, they show the girls on a yacht. I've never been on a yacht before. I've never been on a cruise before because
I can't swim.
I was invited to go on a cruise before, but I couldn't imagine. I would have went, but I just couldn't imagine being on a yacht or any type on some water that long. I probably would be okay if I'm not seeing that I'm on the water. Does that make sense? If I'm like inside the cruise, I'm eating or something laying down. If I don't really realize, I would probably have to psych myself out and be like, you're not on the cruise, you were just at a hotel. I probably would be good, but I would probably have some type of anxiety attack sitting on the water. Kiki told Adriana that Marysol didn't want to be on a boat with her. Baby, what did she do that for? When I tell you Adriana started talking about Marysol like a dog, baby, and was doing it the whole day, because Adriana was full. And when I say full, I mean like Karen Huger, like Kelly Farrell, that type of full. She was drinking.
Grey Goose.
She said that she had fake Birkins. Her Birkins was fake. She said that she don't have no empathy. She said that she don't be wearing real diamonds. They be cubic zirconian. And from what we've seen on this show, Adriana's mouth is a prayer book. For real. It seems like Adriana just be talking shit. But when the dust settles, Adriana is a truth teller, even to what was going on with Alexia and Tar. Now, both of the boats are connected, and the girls was able to look over and see the other girls on the other boat. And Adriana was drunk, baby. When I tell you that she called Marysol a whore, baby, she was talking shit. Then Marysol and the girls walked away where you couldn't see them no more, but you could still hear. Adriana was still standing right there talking shit, baby. Said that she need to get surgery on her bony wrinkle knees. I mean, she was eating that girl up, girl. Do you hear me? So then the staff actually connected the boats because they was like right next to each other, but I guess they made a way that the girls on one boat can go to the other boat. So everybody on Kiki boat went and got some water guns, and they was trying to have a water fight. When I tell you that Adriana beeline toward Marysol and was shooting directly at her, she didn't shoot nobody else. She shot. I actually rewinded it and looked at it. She beeline toward Marysol and was shooting directly at her. And then Marysol took off running, and Adriana was following her.
Too much.
Are people really that unaware? Like, y'all already don't like each other. You talking shit to the girl, then you spraying her with a water gun? I am of the belief that when you are having a spat with somebody or you beefing with somebody, any and everything that you say can be mistaken as a dig. Kind of like with Drew and Portia with the Pilar going to college comment. If we beefing, you don't need to be making any type of comments about my daughter at all, because everything I'm seeing is negative. I'm trying to think, is you trying to punk me? Because it could be seen as a water fight, and she was just being like, but I don't think that Adriana wouldn't be able to convince me that she wasn't trying to punk me.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
And she wouldn't have been able to convince me that she was trying to punk me because girl, you was talking shit and then you came over here straight towards me. You didn't shoot your water gun at nobody else. You came directly towards me. And so it's not a joke. Okay? Then we got Alexia and Stephanie. Stephanie came on the boat for a second. She was leaving because she got a date with her man Masood. Baby, let me tell you, it's giving I'll do the show, but on my time, because I don't really need this little check. That's what it's giving me. Then Alexia tells Stephanie, girl, I didn't like that you said that I barked. And Stephanie said, well, you do. And Alexia said, well, so do you, like a little chihuahua. And Stephanie said, well, you barked at me first. And as she was saying, you barked at me first, Alexia was saying, I'm like a Rottweiler. And Stephanie said, well, I'm more like a wolf. And Alexia said, well, I'm more like a lion. And so Alexia was basically telling her, bitch, whatever you is, I'm the biggest. Bitch. Whatever you is, bitch, I'm the biggest. If you a chihuahua, I'm a Rottweiler. If you a wolf, I'm a lion. If you a monkey, I'm motherfucking Godzilla. Whatever you is, girl, I'm the biggest. I think that they kind of having two separate fights, though. I think that Stephanie is used to talking to people like this and doing this to people because she got money and she can say I was just playing and they're going to be like, yeah, okay. But I think Alexia is like, girl, bitch, you done joke with me too many times.
Somebody get this bitch off me.
Girl, you done joke with me too many times and I'm not that bitch. Go find you somebody else to play with. I don't care how much money you got. So then we got Julia and Adriana. Julia is upset because she feel like Adriana didn't follow her outside. But I feel like that Adriana eventually did come outside. And then you came back inside. You didn't even leave. You actually came back inside. So, girl, what are you talking about, right? Adriana said that she listened to both sides and she tried to mediate. It sounds to me like Julia, Alexia, Larsa, those girls are trying to ice Guerdy out. And I think that Julia is upset that everybody didn't leave. And now she's talking to Adriana about it. And I agree with what Adriana said. Adriana said that basically Julia started all of this by throwing water. Putting up text messages on the wall is benign to throwing water in somebody's face.
100% correct.
And I agree with that 100%. Then Julia had the nerve to say that Guerdy is coming, and when she started to throw things at her, she hopes that Adriana defend her.
Hey, what?
Girl, you're gonna have to choose a different verb, because you are the thrower. You are the one that threw water. Guerdy didn't throw anything at you. You're going to have to use another verb, baby. Then we having dinner on the boat. You know I'm a foodie. I love food. That food looks so good and colorful. It was Haitian food. Kiki picked the food because it's Haitian food. Then they have a little icebreaker, and Lisa asked Guerdy and Julia to say nice things about each other. Guerdy said something to the effect of that Julia got a good heart.
Are you sure?
Julia started trying to say that she gave nice parties, and then she said, look, girl, I can't be fake. You know, she said that she wanted to know why Guerdy showed those messages. She said that they said that they was going to put everything behind them and not discuss it in front of the group. Guerdy said, well, girl, you brought it back up with the guy at the Greek goddess party. And Julia said that I only brought it up because I wanted him to help us.
Bitch, you're lying.
Girl, if you wanted to help us, you could have pulled me to the side and we could have talked to that man separately. If you told me that we wasn't going to bring it up in front of the group, I don't give a fuck if Ayana was there in the room. If we was in front of the group, don't bring it up. You pull me to the side and you pull Ayana to the side and we could talk to her and you could bring it up. But if you said don't bring it up in front of the group, don't bring it up in front of the group. I don't give a fuck who was around. That is what we said that we was going to do. And then here go the mean girl shit or the group shit. Alexia said, none of us here think that what you did was cool. Girl, it was cool to me. Gertie's like, I'm not apologizing. Y'all act like I showed a dick pic. And Alexia had the nerve to say she showed humiliating text messages from Julia. How was it humiliating? Because she got caught in a lie? Right. She was only humiliated because she got caught in a lie. And so Alexia is saying, Guerdy, you could have did that to any of us. And she said, and she could have assaulted y'all like she did me. Then we found out that Kiki, Lisa, and Larsa never even bothered to read the text messages. And that is so hurtful to me. I think that it's important for the whole group to read those text messages because the misunderstanding surrounding the text messages caused Julia to attack Guerdy. We deserve to know what was being said and why she chose to attack Guerdy. But the girls don't care for Guerdy. They don't like Guerdy, so they didn't read the text messages. And Kiki, I'm really surprised at you, bitch. Marysol said that they never said that Julia throwing water was cool, but your behavior towards her didn't show your disdain either. She was not escorted out of the party, and neither of y'all left the event. Instead, Guerdy was asked to leave.
What kind of bullshit is that?
Julia was not. Julia was the drunk. Julia was the one that was chasing people around. Julia is the one that threw the water, but y'all wanted Guerdy to leave. So I don't want to hear that. And so the next day, Larsa, Marysol, and Alexia, they was outside, and Larsa was FaceTiming Stephanie. Stephanie was asking about the night before, and they were saying that the night before was good for them. And Stephanie said, well, where was the Rottweiler? And that rubbed Alexia the wrong way. And if I'm being honest, it would have rubbed me the wrong way too. Like, I don't know if Stephanie is joking because the bitch is always taking jabs. You know what I'm saying? She claimed that she be joking, but when she get mad, she say the same shit over again, right? So I don't know if you joking or not.
What you want, square up, ho?
I think that Alexia could have stood in it though, because she did say the day before that she was a Rottweiler. So instead of being upset, she could have said the Rottweiler right here, where was the Chihuahua? And the Rottweiler is always ready for whatever the Chihuahua want to do. And so after this exchange, Larsa said that she thinks that the girls are jealous of Stephanie. Larsa, are you serious? I think that Larsa is infatuated by the things that Stephanie has, because from what we see on the show, Stephanie gives money. She really, really does. I'm not gonna take that away from her. She does give money, and she really looks good in this new confession that she got too. But I don't think that Larsa can see past that. I don't think that Larsa can see past that 1,000 square foot closet that she got, and one of the walls gonna be full of Birkins. I don't think that she can see past that. So she thinks that I think that because she's infatuated with that or their lifestyle, she thinks that everybody is jealous of her. But that was the episode, y'all. Let me know, who do y'all think is wrong? Do y'all think that Alexia is overreacting? Or do y'all think that Stephanie is taking these jabs? And the jabs are just like lighthearted little bitty jabs. I don't think there's no, listen, jabs hurt. Bitch, don't jab at me too much. The jabs hurt and I'm sensitive, child. I hit back. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. And thank y'all so much for clicking on the video, y'all. I appreciate the love and support, and I will see y'all later. Adios.
Call Daddy, tell him 25.